Hey everybody, Sickness here once again at Jake's Flea Market in Bartow, Pennsylvania. I think you guys know the drill. We're going to go see if I can find anything good. Let's go check it out. The first title I came across here didn't really have much. It was a little box of VHS tapes. Really pretty much stuff you see all the time, very common titles. But there was one title I was interested in. But unfortunately I didn't pick it up, and that was right here. The Sergeant Slaughter VHS tape. Thought that was pretty cool. Wanted to grab it. But he wanted $2 for it, and I'm just not paying $2 for a Sergeant Slaughter VHS tape. That's just not happening. Then I came across all these DVDs here. Wasn't too much in here either. Nothing I really needed. I already had that. Just picked it up because I don't really see it that often. There was this Fairly Odd Parents DVD here. That I actually almost got, but when I checked it out, it was scratched, so had to pass on that. He only wanted $1 a piece, so it would have been a good deal. Unfortunately, had to pass. Not much in here either. Just a bunch of VHS tapes. You can see there are plenty there without cases, which is really odd, but didn't get any of this.
Nice.
Any of mine actually had that one on Laserdisc, so I didn't need to pick that one up. And this guy here, this is the guy who had a bunch of CEDs, and he had one Laserdisc as well. I ended up picking up a few titles from him off the CED, and I ended up getting that Home Alone Laserdisc for only $1.
Yes,
as far as the Laserdisc player was concerned, he wanted $30 for it, which isn't a bad deal, but there's no way of testing it. Didn't come with a remote, anything like that. For $30 for a Laserdisc player that I can't test or anything like that, I just had to pass up on it. I really didn't need it. And there's Mel B. I really wanted to get that Mel B doll. I thought about it, but my wife was with me at the time, and she refused to let me pick it up. I don't know how much they wanted for it, but I just didn't get it. I didn't know what I was going to do with it anyway. And there's a blank VHS tape. Again, not too much I'm coming across here. Lots of typical VHS tapes. But you did also have a few DVDs as well. Again, nothing really much as far as the DVDs were concerned. There were some actually like bootleg DVDs in here, which I hate when I come across those. But you did have some UMDs as well. And this one here I ended up picking up, Jawbreaker. Definitely had to grab that. It said $3, but she said she would take $2 for it, so definitely had to pick up Jawbreaker on UMD. Still need to get a PSP to watch them on, though. And then a little milk crate here full of VHS tapes. But again, nothing really all that great in here either. Still more VHS tapes. There's a little Scenic game there, but I actually already have that. It's a 007 edition of Scenic. Already have that. It's a great game. I recommend it. This guy here had a decent stack of DVDs. Unfortunately, not too much in here that I really needed. Thought about getting that, but really had no idea what that was, so I passed up on it. These are pretty cool. He had these Highlander box sets. These I would have loved to have had, but he wanted, I think, like $20 or let's say $45 for all or something like that. So I passed on those. They were really cool looking. Had he wanted like $2 for them or something really cheap, I definitely would have grabbed them. But for the price he wanted, I just had to pass. Definitely grabbed this Big Bad Beetleborgs. I had to pick that one up. I had never really watched that show, so I definitely wanted to grab that, start getting into it, because I just recently started really getting into Saban shows, things like Power Rangers. So since I really like Power Rangers, I also got some of the Saban Ninja Turtles episodes, and since I really like them, I definitely had to grab Big Bad Beetleborg so I can finally start checking that out. This I picked up, Alexander Revisited on HD DVD. It was in pretty decent condition. You can see it. It wasn't really scratched. It was just sort of, I don't know what you would call that, kind of scuffed or something, but not to the point where it wouldn't play. I did test it out when I came home, and it played perfectly fine. She wanted $1 for it, and I figured for $1, I would take my chance on an HD DVD with some scuffs, and like I said, it was worth it because it played fine. So for $1, definitely had to grab that. Not too much in here as well. Another little stack of DVDs. You come across these all the time, just little stacks on people's tables of titles, you know, hit or miss. Sometimes there's some great stuff, other times it's just titles you see all the time. Nothing really all that great in here as well. But I did get this. This was Angus. I already have, I think, like 4 copies of that on VHS, but every time I come across a copy of it, if it's cheap, I pick it up. And she only wanted $1 for it. Unfortunately, she didn't have any change. I think I had like a $5 bill, and she, for some reason, didn't have any ones. So she actually gave it to me for free. She said, you know what, I don't have any change, just take it, I'll give it to you. So I ended up getting another copy of Angus for absolutely free, which was obviously a really good deal. And again, just another stack of VHS tapes. Thought about picking up that title there. I think Rapid Fire. Thought about getting that. Probably should have, but I passed on that. And K2, also thought about maybe picking that up, but again, I passed. Nothing really all that good in here either. He had some Disney titles, which would have been cool had I, you know, not already had them, but nothing really great in there. Yeah, would have liked to have gotten that Miracle on 34th Street CD right there, but unfortunately, it didn't come with the cover art, so I had to pass on that. You know, if it would have came with the cover art, definitely would have bought it. So now we're in the week 2. Went out next week and did a little bit more shopping. This week was not necessarily a bust. I didn't get much this week, but I got some really good stuff. So definitely quality over quantity. Didn't come home. I only came home, I think, with like 2 titles and a player, but for the prices I paid and everything I got, it was definitely a great day. This guy here didn't have much. See, pretty much pretty typical titles. Nothing I need to get off of him. And then here's the guy with the Laserdisc player and the CDs again. He told me this week he would have more Laserdiscs. He didn't. Once again, trying to talk him down a Laserdisc player. Try to talk him down to about $10. He wouldn't take it. You know, since I can't test it, I'm not buying it. And it's just the same CDs again. Nothing really new in here. I did end up picking up one title from him though on CD. I grabbed Poltergeist there, but that was it. Didn't get anything else from him. You know, some good stuff in there definitely, but some of it I already have, and just some of it I just, you know, figured I didn't really necessarily need. And here's a whole boatload of Disney clamshells.
Not the whole body.
Fortunately, nothing really.
I haven't on
nothing really good
yet,
in there. Nothing I needed.
I'm not completely covered. I could always have more.
This guy here had another little stack. Didn't grab anything from him either. But you see, he had some interesting stuff. Like there's Tinkerbell, and also he had the Fantasia and Fantasia 2000 DVD set, which I thought was pretty interesting that this guy had. I think he wanted like $1 for him or something, which would have been a really good deal had I already had them. This I would have loved. This is the Disney Seen It 2nd edition. I don't have the 2nd edition one yet, but it was actually missing pieces. I went through and looked, and it didn't have any of the game pieces, and it was missing like the dice and some stuff like that, so I had to pass on that. Now this guy here had a whole bunch of DVDs. Unfortunately, not a lot in here I wanted, but I did grab this, Embraces the Vampire. Very happy to finally have that on DVD. So unfortunately, nothing really much in there, but one really good title. And I had to videotape this. This guy here had a whole bunch of recorded off of TV VHS tapes, which was pretty funny. And this DVD for sale sign, really should have picked that up. He only wanted $2 for it. I just didn't know where I was going to put it, but definitely thought about getting that. This guy here was ridiculous. The prices on his stuff, I mean, he wanted like there $15 for that copy of what was that, Rambo there, and it was, I mean, the case was like broken and stuff. I couldn't believe he wanted $15 for something that most people here would sell for between $1 and $3. I mean, that guy, nobody would have bought anything off him. Everything was just ridiculously priced. It just amazes me sometimes how people will do that. Another box here full of VHS tapes. Dug through this pretty well, but nothing in there I needed. This was interesting. Just a whole little lawn here full of DVDs. There were some decent titles in here. I ended up checking out a few of them, but some of them were scratched, so had to pass on those. Not much in these boxes of VHS tapes, so there was one title I definitely wanted to pick up. And that was this. This is the Sing-Along Songs Disneyland Fun. I got this because it came with Grim Grinning Ghosts, and I had to pick that up. And finally, this was definitely the gem of today. I got myself a dual-sided Laserdisc player here. The guy wanted $20 for it. Talked him down to 15. Came with the remote. Came with the instructions. It was a fantastic deal. That player, again, it reads both sides of the Laserdisc, meaning that when it's done reading one side, the laser flips over and reads the other side. I've been looking for one of those players for a while now. They usually sell for a little bit too much for me online. So to get one of those for only $15 was just an amazing deal. So that's it, guys. That was the last 2 trips to Jake's Flea Market. Definitely stay tuned for some more. I'm going to head out there a whole lot this summer. So that's it, guys, and I'll see you in my next Let's Go Shopping video. Bye.